This mod review is brought to you by the Farmer Klein YouTube channel. Please like, subscribe, and comment. So today, guys, I've got an interesting set of mods for you. Well, it's just one mod, but there are several options in the pack. It is the Terragator 6203. This thing is pretty cool. It's a tricycle style vehicle that has the ability to connect multiple attachments. We've got a slurry tank and the Zune disc on this particular one. We've got a liquid sprayer here on the middle one with the boom extended. And the last one here, we have a fertilized spreader and lime spreader attached to this particular one. So what I've done is I went ahead and put full dirt and wear on the spreader attachment, and over here on this one I've got full dirt and full wear on the vehicle, just as a comparative and a frame of reference. So before we go and look at some of these in action, let's take a look at them in the shop. So if we go to vehicles and we go to crop protection, that's where we're going to find the vehicle, the Terragator vehicle. $72,000, 40 mile per hour top speed, and 31 meter working width. Now that is with the sprayer bar, I believe. So if we look at it here, we basically have the vehicle in unattached format. It does have a rear hitch, which does function to connect both types of connectors, a ball pin and a ball hitch and a pin hitch. So there are no options here. $72,000, as I said, to buy, $3,672 to lease, $720 per day, and $1,512 per operating hour. We're going to go ahead and get another one of those just so I can show off the connections. Then we go to tools. Under crop protection, we have the sprayer attachment. It's additional $55,000. 36.6 meter working width and a 12 mile per hour working speed. This implement holds liquid fertilizer and herbicide and has a capacity of 8,000 liters. Once again, this unit has no configuration options available to it. You get it how it is. It's $2,805 to lease, $550 per day, and $1,155 per operating hour. Another option is the Fertilized Spreader. Here we have the Terragator Spreader, $25,000 to buy, 30 meter working width. Now, it appears when I was testing this earlier that the solid fertilizer tosses a little bit less distance. It's not as wide as the lime was in my test. We've got lime connected to the on the unit in the video here. $1,275 to lease, $250 per day, and $525 per operating hour. That is in the base configuration, which holds 10,000 liters. We can go here and add an extension, which adds another 4,000 liters, or we can go big extension and go all the way up to 22,000 liters, and we can get a cover or not, should we so wish. So let's go ahead and just lease up one of these, and we'll connect to it down in the shop. And then the last option as far as connectors is under slurry tanks. We could connect the slurry tank, $30,000, 250 or 25,000 liter capacity, and it holds digestate or slurry. There are no configuration options on this. You just get what you got. And then it connects to the Terragator Slurry Zune disc, $28,000 for that. 6.2 meter working width, 10 miles per hour. And it just attaches on the back, just like we have the one here in the demo. $28,000 to buy, as I said, $1,428 to lease, $280 per day, and $588 per operating hour. Let's take a little closer look at the at this thing. So we've got an interior, not too terrible bad. We got a cool little light up dash there. It does say John Deere on it. That's a little weird, but the dash does light up. We do have animated gauges, which is cool. You have light indicators for left and right blinkers. Now you will notice that the boom does not have a collision on it, and you know what? There's two schools of thinking. One school of thinking here is that you don't want collisions on the boom because you don't want to be bothered with running into things on the the fields and such with the boom. And then the other school of thinking is that you want the collision there because, well, you just want that level of simulation and realism. So if you're in the other camp, if you're in the latter camp, then you might not like the spray boom, the way it's configured. Here we have the slurry option. Now I don't have any slurry to put into this, but we will just show it off in action. But before we do that, let's go ahead and look at the lights. You have working lights, front lights, and rear lights. There is a light on the rear of the Terragator when it's not connected. But let's go ahead and just disconnect this, and we'll show you the rear working light, the reverse light. Connect. Connect. Alright, so we don't have slurry, so we can't really show this, applying slurry, but what we can do is we can just show it working. Start down, and off we go. Alright, let's go on over here and hook up to the lime spreader. You do have lime already on this. Boy, take a look. That tire is... You got some squat on the tires with the heavy lime. Do you have beacons? So one thing to note is, while these are big flotation tires, they do crop destruction. So let's go ahead and just demonstrate that. So we are destroying crop. Go ahead and turn our lime on and take a look at this. Big old spread action. Going to be able to cover lots of field with this particular implement. Now, let's run over here and get the sprayer. And take a look at the sprayer. The sprayer and the lime and fertilized spreader both unload pallets. So that's been tested and that works. Let's go ahead and fold this up. Now, the fill trigger for the sprayer here is around back. If you pull up to a pallet along the side, it's not going to register. You're going to need to basically back up to the pallet for it to register that there is a pallet there. Let's go ahead and getting cab. We do have working mirrors. They're not useful in any way, but they do work. All right, let's get lined up here. Unfold our wings. Turn it on. And we can adjust with the left mouse button. And up and down, we can adjust the height of the boom. And there we go, guys. That is pretty darn cool. All right, so let's jump down here to the shop. And what I've got is I've got a couple trailers hooked up here because I wanted to demonstrate the rear hitch on this thing. Boy, does she look pretty funny without the modules on it, don't it? So I wish the rear hitch was maybe extended out a little bit further. For the sprayer boom, definitely, but not so much for this. But you can see, you can hook up a trailer, so we could have, a nurse tank of liquid herbicide or fertilizer that we also pull out to the field, or we could pull an auger wagon full of solid fertilizer or lime also out to the field with us. And you can see we use both the pin hitch and we're using the ball hitch. So either type of hitch will work here. And let's go ahead and open the lid. It opens up. That is pretty cool. There is a working light back there too. So guys, that is the Terragator 6203 vehicle and module attachments. You can find this over at Carl Farms Facebook. I do have a link in the description. And when you go there, you click the play game button in the top of the page, and it will take you to his Mega Drive. Click on vehicles, and there you will see a link to download. So guys, let me know in the comments, what do you think of the Terragator? This has been around a little bit. I've been kind of watching it because earlier iterations didn't have working headlights and things like that. I'm glad to see that this is now getting updated with a bit more functionality. So until next time, happy farming.